And you always forgive me for all the things that I ever done. And you've been by my side through the struggles and the fears I had, even the darkest one. And every time I touch your eye, I feel like I'm just holding back, because my heart's so glad. It don't matter what we did, you're the wife of my life and the mother of my kids. Give you the stars, the wind, the moon, the rain, and the mountain. I'll give you the world, and all that you wish for, and even more. I mean, it ain't just the junkies and, you know, people that's addicted to, you know, drugs, crack, or whatever, that you can't trust. You can't trust really, you know, a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to what you're trusting them with, you know, especially not your life. But for as, you know, a junkie, crackhead, we know not to never trust them. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's the reason why, like, right now to this day, one of my daughters doesn't have my last name. She has a mother last name, because I didn't get a chance to sign it. You know, been in the hospital, and before you leave, you do all the paperwork and signing and everything. And what had happened was, during the time I was staying down in Noonan and Foxworth, I was staying in Foxworth Forest. Big shouts out to my Noonan partners out there. But I had, you know, I had this guy, like I say, in a previous story, a guy that I met in College Park through some of my friends up there, but he wasn't actually from College Park. His name was D. Drell, and he had started smoking. But, you know, of course, back when I had met him, you know, we just on the weed or whatever, hanging out and stuff. Haven't seen him in years, you know, at least like 7, 8 years. When I moved down to Noonan, I ran into him. You know, he looked at bad, was doing bad. So I'm like, bro, listen, bro, you come stay on my sofa. I got a little thing going. You can help me out around the house. You know what I'm saying? So my wife had just had our son. She was expecting my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And she was almost about, you know, due. And at this time, you know, I had to start selling weed, and then had a little powder going. And with him being down there for a long time too, he had a lot of customers and people that, you know, he brought to the table and as clients. So I was letting him do a lot of serving and handle a lot of stuff. You know, he smoked this little stuff, hid secretly, you know what I'm saying, away from my family. But I already knew he did it. But for the most part, you know, he was controlling himself. You know, he wasn't, you know, feeding and going out doing things. You know, he had a new trap spot. I had to, you know, put everything in his hand, really, not letting him have it and do what he want with it, but a little control, you know, for as selling. You know what I'm saying? You know, people come, you know, he know where the stuff at. He'll handle. I don't really have to lift up a finger or whatnot. But in this particular day, my wife was due, and we had left, going to the hospital to have my daughter. And like I say, the trust factor wasn't, you know, 100% anyway, just because of his addiction. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was, I left the weed, probably like a half a pea. I left a half a pea of weed for him to sell, because that'll go in like a day or two at my house at this time. And I know, you know, I was gonna be at the hospital at least overnight, you know. And but the cocaine, I felt that I needed to hide. So I took the 2 screws out my light switch, stuffed the coke in now, put the light switch back, bam. You know what I'm saying? Just gave y'all something too. But what's happening now is, now I'm at the hospital. You know, my little daughter was born, and we're going through all that and the happiness and all that stuff right there. And then I started getting calls. And stuff from my clients. You know what I'm saying? I started getting calls from my clients, and they was trying to get work, weed and the powder. I was holding out on the powder, but the ones that wanted the weed, I was just like, you know, go to the spot, you know, he'll take care. He'll take care. Well, what happened was some of those clients started returning calls back to me saying that my partner was not there. You know what I'm saying? And then that started building up, meaning like I had anywhere between 7 to 8 people calling me back saying that they need some weed, and my partner went at the house. They had been knocking on the door. They had been there several times. So I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? No, he don't really go nowhere. So I'm like, man, let me call him right quick. So I started calling his phone. He wouldn't never answer. Man, what's going on, man? So I started thinking. That's when it hit me like, oh, man, he done went back. He done started back smoking hard. Probably done did whatever, stuff like that. So I'm like, so I tell my wife, listen, man, I'm finna go to the house. And, that's our source of income right now, too. You know what I'm saying? Paying the rents and all that stuff. So I tell my wife, hey, I'm finna run to the house right quick. I'm gonna come back and sign out the paperwork for my daughter to have my last name and all that, but I think this guy done did something, you know what I'm saying, ran through with stuff. So she was like, okay. So I leave from the hospital up in Riverdale. I shoot down here to Noonan, Foxworth, and, go in my house, got my key, go in my house, and home's not there. You know what I'm saying? So I go look at the stash, where the stash was, which he knew because he, supposed to be serving. And the whole stash gone, the whole half a pound gone, man. You know what I'm saying? Any money that was, like my money will put up, but any money that like was money of that day or yesterday, it was still like in the spot where, we get some change, stuff like that. All that gone. You know what I'm saying? And that always be anywhere between like $300-400, just a little change or whatever. And so I jump in the car, man. I'm riding through the hood looking for homes and everything. You know what I'm saying? Looking for home. Nobody ain't seen him. He ain't nowhere to be found. Then the neighbor downstairs, I'm coming home. I noticed that my wife is in the house already. You know what I'm saying? She had to end up leaving from the hospital and coming home with the baby. I ain't never get to sign her birth certificate. You know what I'm saying? For her to have my last name just because I ended up leaving. You know what I'm saying? And so that made me mad. Every other day, I'm riding through the hoods. I'm looking for homes. You know what I'm saying? Stash spot. I remember I had to go to Mario Barber, Bling. I had to go back to him and tell him that I'm messed up. That home had done wiped me out and everything. And the thing is, he had been telling me about homes. Like, man, you don't need to have homes in your house, man. Homes this, homes that. You can't trust them, stuff like that, man. I didn't listen to him. Now here I am telling him I need him to put me back on. You know what I'm saying? But the neighbors end up calling me downstairs like, hey, man, you looking for your boy? Like that. I'm like, yeah. So they were like, come inside. It was just like a dude down, who stayed up front of me who had smoked. So he told me to come down. Now, when I get down there, it's him, another guy, and like 3 white chicks. And the white chick, I know her name was Tinkerbell, pretty little girl. But she, she was smoking at the time. But she ended up telling me that she had got my weed, and and the little heart I had. And we just like every now and then cook something to pile up and stuff. Because he did the hard, he do hard clients and stuff. So she ended up telling me that he came down like the neighbor house when she came up, because they knew each other and stuff. And she ended up like balling out with home and stuff. She said they was up at my house at one point, smoking and dope, tricking off, doing all that stuff, man. And then went down to the neighbor house and ended the party. She said he smoked up everything. And then, gave the weed away, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the neighbors called me, told me to come down now. The neighbors don't smoke a little dope and stuff themselves. So when I get down there, it's the neighbor, another guy, and like 3 white chicks. I'm the white chick named Tinkerbell, pretty little girl too. And she ended up telling me that her and D. Drell were friends, and that he had called her to come up my house, like after we had left, went to the hospital. So she said she came up my house, and they just started like smoking and balling out and smoking weed. He was giving people weed. She was saying folk were coming buying weed. He was getting the money, going buy liquor and doing all that stuff. I'm like, what? She was like, yeah, he sold all the weed, whole half a piece, and messed up the money. And she was like, after he didn't have no more little cracker stuff himself from us, she was like, they were going to the east side of Noonan, buying dope, coming back to my house, smoking and partying and stuff. I'm like, what? She was like, yeah. Then they went downstairs to the neighbor house. That's why he called me down there and let me know what really went on. Then they went down to the neighbor house and finished their party off and just blow all the money, everything. You know what I'm saying? And I was looking for homes for a long time, bro. A long time. He also stole my clothes and everything. But overall, man, I was looking for home, though. All through Noonan, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, how hard it is to find a junkie that don't want to be found. But, man, you know how things go. Even just like objects. Like, when you lose something in the house, you're looking all over for it. You cannot find it. But another day, you're not even looking for it. You're looking for something else. But while you're looking for that something else, you always find that. You know what I'm saying? You be like, oh, here, this go right here. Y'all know how that always happens. It happens in life, period. Meaning, like, when I stopped looking for him, that's when I found him. I remember being in Walmart down in Noonan. And remember, you know, he not only stole, you know, the little chain, ran out with the drawers and all that, but like I say, he got some of my clothes, shoes, things of that nature. And man, I'm in Walmart, walking down the aisle, and when I turn to go to another aisle, bam! There he go right in my face. He just stopped, boom, eye they big like a dip. When I see him, I tried to reach out and grab. I tried to grab him by the shirt. Man, you know, I was going to go straight hard on the camera in Walmart. But I reached for home and took out running. Man, I'm running behind this dude in Walmart. I'm talking about right here in Noonan, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm running through behind him, man. He can't even get away from it, you know. I got that speed. You know, I used to beat Johnny on him. But I'm running through Walmart behind home. Home can't get away from it. Boom, boom, boom. Home end up running back down to the where the stock at, you know, inside Walmart, but you know them double doors go back there where all the stock at and all that stuff. But people see us running through Walmart like that. They call the police. I don't know they don't call the police. Man, them folk don't call the police. And when he go back down in that warehouse part of Walmart, the doors ain't open, you know, to the dock. So he trapped in now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't never go and I just stay at the door because I know he can't come back out. But then by that time, he comes from Walmart manager and the police. You know what I'm saying? Noonan police. Straight up and down, the cops, not the sheriff, the city cop. Here they come. So now I'm like, And then at the time, I just so happened they got a little half an ounce on me of weed. So when I see them coming, I'm like, boy, I do not need to let these folks search me at all. You know, I'm down here in Noonan, just staying down here fresh off 2 aggravated assault for burning engines up in College Park. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, man, I don't need them to search me, period. So time the police come with the manager, I just turn to the victim. I just turned to the victim right now. Officer, the man, and listen to y'all, he had on some of the clothes from my house that he had on stole. Officer, this guy broke in front of my house, broke into my house. My wife already made a report. I can get that report number for you. But he's in here right now. And officer, he got on some of my clothes right now. Got on my shoe, got on my pants, got on some of my clothes. Just boy, I played the victim so quick, boy. Them folk winning over no gun draw. You need to come out with your hands up, all that right now. Man came out and he got on handcuffs. Listen to this, y'all. When he come out, he said, officer, I didn't break in his house. That man is a drug dealer from College Park. Don't move down here. He a drug dealer. Officer, he a drug dealer. So bad. But them folk didn't search me, bro. Them folks locked his ass up. Dead serious, but that real talk right here. Underground Source TV, thank you for tuning in to another great episode. That him right there, officer. He got on my shoes. This is film TV producer DONTRECE KNOX, OG Black Boy 3700 College Park, stand up.
You always told me that you leave it and there's no coming back. Girl, I can't take that. You always told me you were gonna be down for the ride. Girl, you picked your side. This is Bonnie and Clyde. You know we do drive-bys and die side by side. Give you the sun, the wind, the moon, the rains, and the mountains. I'll give you the world and all that is in it. And if it's but girl, I love you more than you could know. And that's for sure. I'll climb to the highest of the peak and tree.